Peace and blessings, peace and blessings. Shout out to my YouTube, Instagram, and my Facebook family. Hey guys, today I got some bad news. For us in our community, this is a regular basis, but we got to make sure that we're keeping up on it. So there's two situations I want to talk about, and I got to give my opinion at the end of it because it's getting ridiculous. So two different young black men have went missing within the last week, and these are the ones we know about. And I say know about because we all know that black people in America only make about 13 to 14%, but we make percent of the population, but we make up of over 30 to 40% of missing people. This is within a year. So you take 13% of the population, but we make up over 30 to 40% of missing people. Half of missing people are almost, okay. And then what's the most missing is black women. 14% of, which are only 14% of women in the United States, but they make about 36% of missing persons per year. That's about 90,000 to 100,000 black women, girls and ladies go missing every year. So how many is that a day? Somebody do the math. I'm not that great at math. But anyway, so we're going to talk about two brothers. We're talking about this 18-year-old brother, Nolan Wells, right? He's from Mississippi. It's 4th of July. Nolan Wells, I don't know why, in Mississippi, definitely not there, decides to go with his friends to an island to celebrate the 4th of July. Now these are kids, they got boats and stuff, and they're drinking, having fun. So they go out to this island. Everybody returns home, but guess who doesn't? Nolan Wells, or Wiles, is one of them. His mother's like, where's my son? Where's my child? Hey, I haven't seen my child. All his friends are all quiet, right? And on the picture, you see him with all the only black dude and there's three white boys. He's holding their arms and they're just sitting on a boat. And I'm just like, brother, what are you doing? But once again, y'all say I'm crazy. Not all I'm crazy. I'm not crazy until it's you. Until it's you, and then you're gonna say the same thing I'm saying. So long story short, Nolan Wells, right? He goes out there on the boat with his friends. He was last seen, this is what his friends are saying, or what, I don't know who's saying this in the investigation, the sheriff, at 3 p.m., right? So pretty much what the police know is, no, so let me explain this right. So his mother is looking for him and they can't find him, so he's missing. And then all of a sudden, he ends up deceased, unalive. He's gone. They find him on the shore. Now his mother's like, what happened? What happened? Where's his phone? Where's this? His friend has his phone. And his mother's like, why do you have his phone? And he said, well, he wanted to stay on the island and he left his phone in the boat. And his mother was like, that doesn't sound like my son. He's one of these Gen Z babies. They don't leave their phones anywhere. Their phone is connected to the blood system. You know what I'm saying? If their phone leaves his tune, they're not leaving it. So that's she found it weird. So then she gets the phone, and when she gets the phone, she notices that there are some videos deleted of some sort. Now, they're not saying everything. Ben Crump is the lawyer. Ben Crump always pops up when something terrible is going on in Black America. We got to talk about Ben Crump, too, at some point. But once again, last seen with 3 p.m. with his white friends on an island. You should look at the picture. No cell phone. So the medical examiner he's being shit. He's not really saying, like, what happened. And they say, we see no reason for foul play. Maybe he drowned, maybe something. And then also the deleted messages. His friends had his phone. So pretty much, they said, his friends said he wanted to stay on the island by yourself. And then you're my friends, you're just gonna leave me on an island? That's already doesn't sound right. And then they speak to a girl who said that he wanted to stay with this girl. And the girl says, no, he didn't. He said he was leaving with you. So we have two conflicting stories. Uh-oh. And then what's so crazy is the girl's mother is a local judge. And then what's crazier, you start realizing these are some rich white kids. With parents with a lot of influence from Mississippi. Come on. What are we doing here? All right? So that's one. Nolan Wells, rest in peace, brother. Sorry to hear about that young brother named Get to Live Life. Then we have another brother named Jerard Jackson from Illinois. He's from Michigan. He's in Michigan. Now, in Michigan, I'm from Michigan, there's this thing called Electric Forest Festival. I've never really liked the vibe. I've heard of it, but my inner Africanness was just like, what it is, it's a party in the forest. Electric party. But it's predominantly Caucasians. They're drinking, they're doing drugs, they're fornicating, everything. You could do whatever you want to do in that forest. Me as a black man, you're not going to catch me within 100 miles of that place. I'm not going to a forest with a bunch of white people who are doing drugs and getting drunk. I'm not doing it. I am not. I'm staying home. It doesn't sound like a fun time for a guy like me who looks like me. So, after that, right, he's in Electric Forest. His parents are looking for him. Same thing with Nolan Wiles. Where's my child at? All they know is he left to go to the festival with nothing but all white friends. Okay, we're gonna get back to this. Once again, he stays with his phone all the time. He's a little older. This is why it's so good. He's like 28 though. So his body is later found in the woods. The police report says that he had made a call to the police in distress. There was multiple attempts of entering his bank account. And again, he's with his friends. All his friends make it home. He doesn't. Anyway, investigators they conclude that, he must have unalived himself. That's their always move. He was mentally challenged, he unalived himself. But they say, because there's no evidence of foul play. There's no evidence of a murder. So he must have. But where's the evidence of him unaliving himself? You can't have one without the other. You can't just sit there and say, well, since we don't have evidence that someone did something to you, unalived you, we must think you did it to yourself. Investigation done. Sealed. Let's go, guys. Come on now. What is this? Now, once again, do I believe that his white friends had unalived him? It's possible. This isn't a new concept in America, and this is where I get to this, right? Parents. I'm not a parent, so I gotta tread lightly. This new age parents, you guys, I don't think, I understand we make more money than our parents did, right? Well, at least, no, actually, we're the first generation that won't make it, but we're more not more money, but more socially inclusive than our parents' generation. And some reason we think like racism disappeared or something until it comes knocking on your door. Whenever I see these unaliving situations like this, the mysterious ones that never get solved, it's always some brother with a bunch of Caucasians somewhere doing something. And the other day I saw a video of a brother just hanging with some white kids, and he's like the only one off the boat, and he's swimming. They're just watching him trying to keep his, you can't swim. I'm looking like, how do you even end up in that position? Black people and white people on boats have never been a good thing. I don't even know I'm not getting in water with you. I'm sorry. And it's nothing racial, it's just me just reading and understanding. And then also, like I said to parents, why are you letting your child go hang with a group of people who have historically treated you in such an inhumane way, and then not at least not properly educating them on who they're going to be with and what to expect. You're saying, oh no, I know that boy Tanner, he's gonna treat my son well. If you don't think young Caucasian kids know about racism, are you serious? They know about it because their Uncle Jim Bob gets drunk every weekend with his dad and curses and uses the N-word. They know about it. They know that they have a privilege, and they know how the world looks at your child. I even heard of this story where all these kids go to a camping thing, and the one black kid, because all you black parents who are well-to-do, run to the suburbs, and your one black child is the only black child around a sea of white people. And he's being tormented and tortured. And you're gonna say, not all of them. Yes, all of them. I couldn't do it. I heard of a story, this kid goes camping with these white kids. It's like a youth group, church type of thing. He gets out in the forest. You know, kids are mischievous and whatnot. Somehow, they get into this weird idea of, hey, we're going to urinate in a cup and somebody drink it. Ha, 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 ha. Guess who's the one who ends up drinking in the cup, right? And it's not, and I bet you sometimes it's not even because he was bullied. It's because with them wanting to be accepted in because they're black and they know that they're the only black one around, what they have to do sometimes is they have to play the jester, the clown, to be accepted, to get people to like them. Hey, see me, I'm funny. I'll do whatever you guys want as long as you just accept me. And the only reason why his parents found out that he drank a cup of urine to be funny, and he's think I'm being funny, I'm hanging out with the boys. That's not hanging out with the boys. What in the world? And if they're your friends, why would they even want you to do that? The only reason it was because she's seen it online as a joke, and someone told her like, "Hey, do you see what's going on with you?" They're saying, and she asked him, what you so listen. So once again, to you well-to-do parents who think, oh, I moved out the hood, I moved into a nice neighborhood, you might be damaging your child even more if you're not properly teaching them about the racist society they live in. I don't understand about us people of color. Us black people, I said people of color, right? We act as if we don't know what's going on. It's almost like a Stockholm syndrome, and they have this in psychology, where if you abuse someone so much, they'll get to a point where their consciousness will change to where they will start identifying with you. They'll start feeling for you. They'll start understanding you. What's going? Listen, I would tell you this much. If I had a son and then he came to me and said, Dad, I said, yeah, what's going on? 4th of July, first of all, we don't celebrate 4th of July in this house. That was not our freedom. We were still slaves at that moment, but continue. Can I go with Mike, Tanner, Jacob? Where are you going? We're going to an island on a boat. No. What? No. No. Do you not know what's going on out here? Every other week you hear of this news of some black kid being found somewhere hung. And I understand people say, oh, we don't know. No, we do know. We do know all you got to do is look at history. Look at the statistics. Look at the numbers. There's you can go on African American Statistics .org, and you'll see all type of statistics. How many people go missing? How many people shot by police? How many are done by white violence? It's not a mystery. What it is once again is you don't want to deal with the facts of that you live in a hostile country, a white supremacist one. You don't want to deal with that. So what you do is you try to make every excuse. No, it can't be like that. It can't be like that. And you send your child, a lamb, into the wolf's den. You don't think all those white kids know that your boy is black and they know they can do whatever they want to and get away with it, especially if they're a judge, especially if it's a police officer, especially if it's someone with money and influence? You don't think those Caucasian kids know that? You don't see what happened to Carmelo Anthony for defending himself? He just got 35 years in penitentiary and he's only 18? You don't think every other white kid in America just saw that and was like, wow, we can literally do whatever to these people and we get away with it? So all you people out there, you integrationists out there, I'm not saying you can't deal with somebody on a business level if it's done properly, but be very careful, especially with your children who you know you didn't teach properly about how racism works. If you're not really sitting them down and telling them, hey, you know you're black, right? And you know that they know you're black. You know you're gonna meet people who are gonna look at you. You're gonna have to be twice as on point. Don't let nobody play with you. Don't let small things slide. Don't just be an angry person. You give a warning, but don't let it slide. Be assertive. Know when something's wrong. Come on now. 18 years old, out with a whole crew of Caucasian kids. They all get home. He's the only one found washed up on the shore. And then the police are saying, this happens every day. Just like the girl who went out to Tanzania with some European guy. They get into an argument. Also with the guy at Wells in Mississippi, there's a video that the kids are sharing of them arguing on the boat with some guy. So there was tensions. Just like the video, the guy went to trip with the black girl. She comes up unalive, hung in her room. And nothing's gonna happen because he's a multi-millionaire. And that's why I keep saying, y'all understand who you're dealing with here. Look at the history. Just look at it. That's why I'm very cautious of people I'm around. Don't do that. And I might come across as, once again, as a black guy. Oh, he's a super black guy. No, I just know how you people get. I know how you guys get. As soon as you crack that door a little bit. I had a friend one time, right? And that's the last thing I'm gonna say, right? And this is when I first realized him. He always would hang with white people all the time. He thought they were better, right? That was the type of guy he was. Like he'll get dressed all spiffy. Even his mom would get him stripped all spiffy. I'm gonna go hang with so and so. You know what I'm saying? We black kids, we're gonna play basketball. Oh, we're going to the water park, Disneyland, something. Then one day I'm talking to him. He's like, yeah, I don't hang with them anymore. I said, you don't hang with them anymore. Why? What happened? The kid ended up saying something so disrespectful, I'm not gonna even repeat it. Disrespectful, racially. I mean, like, at the bottom of the barrel. And this is only like 10, 11. No, not 10, 11, probably like 12, 13. I said, whoa, where did that come from? And I guarantee you, and I never really talked about it much later because it was super sensitive. It was something tragic that happened to him, and the kid used a racial joint to hit him there. I guarantee you that wasn't the first time, and he used the word N-word. The kid said something with the N-word in it that was very disrespectful to a loved one. I guarantee you that was not the first time that white kid said the N-word to him or around him. See, if you don't check it at the door, and whoa, because he probably said it, but he wants to be accepted by this group of white kids. Oh, I can hang out with you guys too. Oh man, I'm gonna get out the hood and hang out with you guys. And oh my God, nice house and big TVs. And so they said it once, oh, I'll let it slide, it's okay. And he's a super laughingly, giggly guy. And then they said the thing that it broke his soul. Like, whoa, but you playing with fire, you got burned. But anyway, long story short, guys, I'm gonna say rest in peace to those young brothers, and there will be more. Sorry that had to happen. Parents, quit letting your family leave out of there with nothing but Caucasian. Y'all know the slogan: peace, love, positivity.